One of the final steps of shipping is to pack your freight for transport. This can get tricky because different carriers have specific requirements based on the mode of transport. Exfreight is the expert in freight transport via trucking, air, and ocean, and can help you to ensure your freight is properly packaged. For full container ocean freight, the containers are loaded onto and off of vessels by large cranes. So ensure that your cargo is evenly distributed and not vulnerable to tipping over. If the shipment is tall and unstable, it is advisable to block and brace the cargo into the container using the tie-down points in the container. Each container has at least 4 tie-down points which can be used to secure the freight with rope or other lashing. If your shipment is prone to rust, it's important to remember that the container may be exposed to sea spray on its voyage, and therefore you should use a vapor barrier seal in the container. A vapor barrier seal can be as simple as large heavy plastic that encases the freight within the container. Unlike other shipment methods, once an ocean-full container is loaded at your facility, it will not be opened except for a random customs inspection until it reaches the consignee at destination. So the freight can be floor-loaded with less packaging to protect from damage. For less than container load ocean freight, it's important to pack your shipment well. It's strongly suggested to use a crate or at least provide a frame around the pallet the cargo is on to protect it from other freight falling on top of it. Always ensure the freight is palletized or has lifting points, as it will be moved around several terminals on its journey. It is also a good idea to use metal straps and shrink wrapping as additional safeguards to secure the freight to the pallet. LCL ocean freight is handled the most and has a higher risk of damage, so ensure it's packed well. For less than truckload domestic trucking, always palletize your freight. If it's larger than a standard pallet, it's best to crate it, and it must be able to be moved by a forklift. Remember, the freight will be loaded into and out of several trailers and terminals on its journey, so pack it well as other freight may fall on top of it. Air freight should also be palletized and secured to the pallet with metal straps and shrink wrapping. Although air freight is not as prone to damage like less than container ocean freight, air freight will still move through several terminals, trucks, and airports and need to be lifted several times by forklifts. Therefore, use pallets or crates with easy lifting points to ensure your cargo arrives without damage. If shipping internationally and using any wood packaging material, it needs to be fumigated and show the ISPM fumigation stamp. Failure to use the proper fumigated wood can result in your shipment being confiscated by foreign customs and later destroyed. Careful planning and packaging can ensure your freight arrives safely and securely. Exfreight has experts standing by who can ensure your freight is properly packed for your shipping route.